6:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Mario Vijayawardena. The headlines. The Army Command advises the public to be indoors with the risk of the coronavirus pandemic. Plans have been made to modernize the Kurunegala General Hospital. 8 COVID treatment units will be established in the Colombo district. A grace period to pay traffic fines. It has been revealed that 80 cancer patients are being reported per day. Aid arrives in Gaza as ceasefire holds. The Army Commander General Shavindra Silva says that there is a risk of the spread of the coronavirus in the western province and in the Kandy, Matale, Kagalla, Galla, Matara and Kurunegala areas. The Army Commander also requests the people to stay at home safely in the face of the coronavirus risk situation. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has paid attention on the progress of the initial construction work of the Kurunegala General Hospital as a national hospital with modern facilities. He inquired for information on the progress of the construction of the new hospital and the acquiring of land. Through the modernization of the hospital, 10% of the population could receive services. The Prime Minister also states that the construction work is to be completed within the next 3 months. The District Secretary Pradeep Yasaratne says that 8 COVID treatment units will be established within the Colombo district. 4 units have already been handed over to the health officials. Treatment can be provided to 750 coronavirus-infected persons from the centres established at Ratmalana, Homagama and Sri Jayawardhanapura Kotte. The other centres are scheduled to be handed over to the health sector next week. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Now, EPF information and services through an SMS from HDFC Bank.
The Department of Posts says traffic fines and charge sheets issued after the 4th of April can be paid without a late fee at the post offices and the sub-post offices. The grace period granted to settle traffic fines will be in place until further notice. The Postmaster General Ranjit Aryaratna said the public face numerous issues to settle their traffic fines owing to the present coronavirus situation. Therefore, a decision was taken to grant a grace period. The Apeksha Hospital in Maharagama announces that nearly 80 cancer patients per day are being reported. The harmful effects of chemical pesticides, the consumption of drugs, smoking and the consumption of instant food and artificial food are reasons. Specialist doctors of the hospital say that most of the rural people have been affected due to the utilization of pesticides. The government spends 100 million rupees per month for the treatment of cancer patients. It is also reported that more than 1 million people have died due to cancer. A coronavirus eradication centre will be constructed in the Koggala Investment Promotion Zone considering the COVID pandemic situation in the country. Accordingly, the employees of the apparel factories in the zone will be housed at the centre until the results of their PCR tests are reported. Plans are also made to provide treatment temporarily. The health sector has revealed that 1,555 COVID-infected persons have been identified during the past period. More than 500 employees who were infected with the virus are receiving treatment. That's local news.
දැන් HDFC බැංකුවෙන් EPF ණයතොරතුරු හා සේවාවන් SMS එකකින්.
රාජ්‍ය හා පෞද්ගලිකංශයේ රැකියාවේ නියුතු ඔබ කොහේ සිටියත් EPF ණයතොරතුරු හා සේවාවන් ලබා ගැනීම සඳහා කළ යුත්තේ EPF හිස්තැනක් නම හා ප්‍රදේශය සඳහන් කර 071 SMS එකක් එවීම පමණයි.
HDFC බැංකුව ඔබ අප සුරකින්න බැංකුව.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vedha Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedha Mahatmya.
The chairman of the State Pharmaceutical Corporation, Specialist Dr. Prasanna Gunasena, told the SLBC that priority has been given to those between 30 and 60 years of age for the COVID vaccination program. He said necessary vaccines have been ordered for the groups of the other age categories too. Nearly 30 million doses of vaccines is needed for the groups over 20 years. He also said that more than 34 million doses of vaccines have been ordered.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedha Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And now in Watchlight, the residents in the Balapitiya area complained that the Balapitiya, Pathamulla, Kosgoda and the Piyagama villages get flooded even during minor rainy conditions. And due to this reason, around 400 families in the area always are affected by floods. They requested the relevant authorities to construct a proper water drainage network. This is for the attention of the governor of the southern province. That came to you in Watchlight, and now in world news headlines. Aid arrives in Gaza as ceasefire holds. The US president and the Korean leader Moon pledge unity for North Korea. The Nigerian army chief Ibrahim Atahiru killed in an air crash. The first convoys of humanitarian aid have arrived in Gaza after a ceasefire between Israel and Palestinian militants came into effect. Thousands of Palestinians returned home to scenes of devastation, with officials saying reconstruction might take years. The World Health Organization called for the creation of corridors for injured people to be evacuated. More than 250 people were killed in the 11-day conflict, most of them in Gaza. Both Israel and Hamas claimed victory. US President Joe Biden says he is willing to meet with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un if Kim is committed to discussing his nuclear program. Biden made the remark at a joint press conference following his first summit with his South Korean counterpart Moon Jae-in. The two leaders touted the strength of their alliance and said they'll work together towards the denuclearization of the Korean peninsula. Biden said the two nations also share their willingness to engage diplomatically with the DPRK to take pragmatic steps that will reduce tensions as they move forward. Nigeria's army chief, General Ibrahim Atahiru, has been killed in a plane crash in the northwestern state of Kaduna, officials say. The incident happened as the plane was trying to land in bad weather, the military said. 10 other officers, including the plane's crew, also died. President Muhammadu Buhari said he was deeply saddened by the crash. General Atahiru, 54, only took up his post in January in an overhaul of the military's top brass. And now the main points of the world news segment once again. Aid arrives in Gaza as ceasefire holds. The US president and the Korean leader Moon pledge unity for North Korea. The Nigerian army chief Ibrahim Atahiru killed in an air crash. That was world news, and now in development news, The Irrigation Department has allocated 100 million rupees to reconstruct the natural bay of the Ginganga, which has eroded for many years. The tourism industry in the Gingtota and the Busa areas will also be developed through the reconstruction of this bay. It will also help to control the flood situation in the area. That was Development News.
Sports News is brought to you by...
When Aya bought a motorbike, he bought 2 helmets. So sweet of him. I'm sure the other one is for me.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others. When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves. Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan නෙවෙයි.
It has been reported that 2 main players of the one-day international team of Sri Lanka who engaged in the Bangladesh tour have not been included from the physical fitness test. 3 one-day internationals are to be played between the 2 nations on the 23rd of this month. 18 Sri Lankan players are included as a reserve. Meanwhile, Khalid Mahmood, the former Bangladeshi captain and the current BCB director, have tested positive for COVID-19 and are currently isolating at home. That was Sports News.
My wife always sets a full lunch table, even if it's just the 2 of us. She always expects people to drop by, like maybe the army.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others. When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves. Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan නෙවෙයි.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
It has been reported that the National Lotteries Board has incurred a loss of more than 80 million rupees. The reason for this is due to the reduction of the sales of lotteries in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. That was Business News.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news. Courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
A special program will be implemented to take the name of Ceylon tea to the international arena under the Saubhagya Dakma national policy. Minister Ramesh Patirana told the SLBC that a systematic program is already in place to expand the organic tea cultivation in the country.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
The Met Department says the southwest monsoon condition is gradually establishing over the country. Showers, thundershowers will occur at times in the western, Sabaragamu, central, northwestern and southern provinces. Heavy falls above 100 millimeters can be expected at some places in the western and Sabaragamu provinces and in the Gala and Mathura districts. Several spells of showers will occur in the northern and the north-central provinces. Showers, thundershowers will occur at a few places in the eastern and the Uva provinces during the evening or night. Wind speeds can increase up to 40 to 50 kilometers per hour at times of the island, especially wind speeds can increase up to 50 to 55 kilometers per hour. At times, the western slopes of the central hills, the northern, north-central, northwestern and the Uva provinces and in the Hambantota district.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
And now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. The Army Commander advises the public to be indoors with the risk of the coronavirus pandemic. Plans have been made to modernize the Kurunegala General Hospital. 8 COVID treatment units will be established in the Colombo district. A grace period to pay traffic fines. It has been revealed that 80 cancer patients are being reported per day. Aid arrives in Gaza as ceasefire holds. That concludes this news broadcast, and now it's back to your good friend and mine, Niranjan Abesundara, on the other side. Over to you, Niranjan.